திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். புழியர்கோன் வெப்பொழித்த புகழியர்கோன் கடல் போற்றி, ஆழிமிசை கல்மிதப்பில் அணைந்த பிரான் அடி போற்றி, வாழி திருநாவலூர் வன்றொண்டர் பதம் போற்றி, ஊழிமலி திருவாதவூரர் திருத்தாள் போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். We have been seeing Thirunavukkarasar's first padigam, 4.1, and we have seen 5 songs before. Now we are going to continue from the 6th song. So, Chakravarti, you can read the 6th verse with me.
Sure.
Salam pūvoḍu.
Salam pūvoḍu.
Dūbam.
Dūbam.
maṟandu aṟiyēn.
maṟandu aṟiyēn.
tamiḻōḍu.
tamiḻōḍu.
isai pāḍal.
isai pāḍal.
maṟandu aṟiyēn.
maṟandu aṟiyēn.
nalam தீங்கிலும்.
nalam தீங்கிலும்.
உன்னை.
உன்னை.
maṛandu aṟiyēn.
maṛandu aṟiyēn.
உன் நாமம்.
உன் நாமம்.
என் நாவில்.
என் நாவில்.
maṛandu aṟiyēn.
maṛandu aṟiyēn.
உலந்தார் தலையில்.
உலந்தார் தலையில்.
பலிகொண்டு.
பலிகொண்டு.
உழல்வாய்.
உழல்வாய்.
உடல் உள்ளுறு.
உடல் உள்ளுறு.
சூலை.
சூலை.
தவிர்த்து அருளாய்.
தவிர்த்து அருளாய்.
அளந்தேன் அடியேன்.
அளந்தேன் அடியேன்.
அதிகை கெடில.
அதிகை கெடில.
வீரட்டானத்து.
வீரட்டானத்து.
உறை அம்மானே.
உறை அம்மானே.
So, as you have seen in this padigam, in every song he is praying for relief from his terrible stomach pain. That is called the uṟu-sūlai in Tamil. And as we saw in the previous discussions, it is a debilitating disease. It is something that is a deadly disease that people will die because they cannot eat. Pain is so much that they will die eventually. That kind of a disease. So he is praying for relief from that pain, and in the 6th song he is reiterating the same prayer. And the 6th song in this padigam, this is a very popular padigam because many people recite this padigam to be free of their stomach problems. That's one reason. The second reason is that this is Thirunavukkarasar's very first padigam, so they recite this padigam. And of these 10 songs in this padigam, the first song and the 6th song are fairly popular because many people, even if they don't recite the whole padigam, they sing the first song and the 6th song. So in the 6th song is describing that he is always worshipping Shiva. Remember, we have seen that in the previous songs too. There are some songs in which he says, I never stopped worshipping you, that kind of a thing. And similarly, he is reiterating his deep devotion to Shiva in this song. And he says, I worshipped you, I sing your glory, I never forget you, I always recite your name, save me, get rid of this pain. That is his request. So now we look at the phrases. Salam pūvoḍu dūbam maṛandu aṟiyēn. Salam is jalam. It's a Sanskrit word, jalam. And in Tamil, ja sound letter does not exist. In Tamil alphabet, it has fewer letters than the Sanskritam alphabet. And in Sanskritam we have this cha, cha, ja, jha, right? In Tamil there is only one letter, cha, and depending on context it will be cha or sa or ja. In the beginning of the words it is usually said as cha or sa, so that's why I said salam. But it really means jalam in this context. Jalam is water, Sanskritam word. Jalam. Pū. Pū is flower. Dūbam. Dūbam is again Sanskritam word. Dūbam. So, we worship the Lord with bathing the Vigraham with water, then adorning the Vigraham with the flowers, and then doing Deepa Duparadhana, right? We show the Deepam, we show the Dūbam and all that. So, Dūbam is incense. No, there are different incenses that are having, so typically we will have, these modern days, you get this in an incense stick that you light up and keep in front of the Lord, right? Incense stick. But in the olden days, they will have fragrant wood. There are agil is one such wood, which gives a very fragrant smoke. Like that, there are Kungilium is another one which gives a fragrant smoke. And these days, they have something called the Sambrani in India that they will offer. Again, that gives a fragrant smoke, incense. So, salam, pū, dūpam. Those are the three things that he is referring, right? Deepam, he didn't mention it specifically, but you get an idea. Jalam, flowers, dūpam, etc. We can infer whatever else he didn't say. Maṛandu aṟiyēn. Marathal is to forget. Maṛandu means having forgotten. Aṟiyēn. Arizal is to know. So, maṛandu aṟiyēn means, literally means, I don't remember ever forgetting. That's the meaning of that word, maṛandu aṟiyēn. I don't remember ever forgetting. What? Water, flower and incense. That means, I don't remember ever forgetting to worship you with water, flowers and incense. That means I have always been worshipping you. I have never stopped worshipping you. I have been worshipping you for a long time, for many, many births. Remember, at this point in time, he has already received Shiva's grace. Even though the pain is still there, he has already received Shiva's grace. That's why he is able to sing and he is able to recollect his past. So, I have, Shiva tells his sister, Tilakavati, when she was praying for him to come back from Jainism back to Shaivam, he goes in a dream and tells her that, oh Tilakavati, don't worry, I will take your brother as my devotee. Remember that he had already tried to reach me in his previous birth as a great sage. So, at this point in time, we can assume that Thirunavukkarasar, with Shiva's grace, was able to remember his previous birth in which he was a sage doing tapas. So, maybe that's why he's singing like that. Salam, pūvoḍu, dūbam, maṛandu aṟiyēn. I have always worshipped you with water, flower and incense. I have never stopped worshipping you like that. Then he says, Tamiļōḍu isai pāḍal maṛandu aṟiyēn. So, isai is music, songs. Tamiļōḍu, Tamil is with Tamil. So, Tamiļōḍu isai pāḍal. Pāḍal is to sing. Maṛandu aṟiyēn. I have never stopped. I don't remember ever stopping to sing. So that means I have always sung your glory with music and Tamil. That's what it means. Tamiļōḍu isai. With Tamil. Tamiļōḍu means with Tamil. Isai is music. So, there is music which doesn't require any language, right? You can sing simply, with like a flute or a violin or a veena, right? This music, you can sing all the various ragams, you can play all the ragams and the moods and all the melody, everything you can play, but there is no words. Tamil is the language, the words, the song. So, the music with beautiful words. That means the singing the Lord's glory, singing His praise. Tamiļōḍu isai pāḍal. I never forgot, I have never stopped, I don't recall ever forgetting to sing your glory with Tamil. That's the meaning of that. So, it is important that we sing His glory, we do Archana. Then, he makes another statement. Nalam thingilum unnai marandu aṟiyēn. Nalam is good or happy times. Nalam is something that is good. Tingu is something that is bad. So, nalam tingulu means in good times and in bad times. Right? We are happy when life is going smooth. We are having a comfortable job. We are, whatever investments we make, they are making money, and our family is nice. They are all happy. Nobody is fighting in our home, and neighbors are friendly. Everything is fine. The season is pleasant. The rains are plentiful, and there is good crops. There is no shortage. Nothing. So you are having a body is working, cooperating. You are having a healthy body, healthy family, everything is fine. So that's when something is like that, we hardly think of the Lord. Right? When things are going smoothly, we don't worry too much about worshipping. Thing is when the times are bad. You have this trouble, that trouble, your body is having this problem, your family has got this problem, your job has got, your boss is angry, whatever, right? You have all these problems. So, regardless of whether I am in happy times, whether it's bad times, unnai marandu aṟiyēn. I never forgotten you. That means I always remember you. I always remember to worship you. Unnāmam ennāvil marandu aṟiyēn. Namam is name. It's a Sanskritam name, Sanskritam word, Namam, your holy name. Unnāmam, your holy name, ennāvil, in my tongue, marandu aṟiyēn. I have never forgotten. I don't remember ever forgetting to chant your name with my tongue. So first two lines is Thirunavukkarasar is expressing his unceasing devotion. I always worship you with water, flower and incense. I always sing your glory. I never forget you, even regardless of whether I am in happy times or whether it is bad times. I always remember you. I have never forgotten your name. I have never forgotten to chant your name with my tongue. So this is expressing his deep devotion, and if you look at those three things, you also see that we talk of three things when you do the worship. Mano, vak, kayam, right? With the mind, with speech, and with body. So we worship with all three. So salam, jalam, the water, flower, and dūbam, these are all things that we do physically, right? We bring flowers, we pick flowers, we make garlands, we do physical worship. Then tamiḻōḍu isai pāḍal, that is singing his glory, that is a walk. And then nalam thingilum unnai marandu aṟiyēn, that is again, now marathal is to, my remembering is with the mind. So I always think of you in my mind. So with my body, speech and mind, I worship you. Unnāmam ennāvil marandu aṟiyēn, again that is talking of the speech. Tamiḻōḍu isai pāḍal is singing his glory. Unnāmam ennāvil is telling his name, chanting his name. So those are the speech part. So he's talking about all the three modes of worship that I always do. Then he is describing Shiva's glory. So far, you remember that there is nothing which says who is Shiva, right? It is all saying I don't forget, I don't do, I have your name, I receive your glory, you. But now only he is describing who that you is in this song. Ulandar talayil paligondu uழல்வாய். Ulandar means the dead. Ulathal is to die. Ulandar is the dead. Talai is head, but here it means skull. So Ulandar talayil means with the skull of a dead. Means he is talking about the Shiva going as a Bhikshatana, holding Brahma's skull. So, Ulandar Talayil Pali Kondu Udalvai. Pali is Bali of Sanskritam. That means food. Here it means seeking alms. Udalvai means to roam around, to go about, to wander. So, Ulandar Talayil Pali Kondu Udalvai. O Shiva, you roam about seeking alms with the Brahma's skull. That's the meaning of that. It's describing a Bhikshatana form of Shiva. And then he puts his request. Uṟu-sūlai tavirttarulai. Sulai is the stomach pain. And that stomach pain is inside his body. Udal is body. Udal is inside. Uru is to have, to be present. So, uṟu-sūlai means the Sulai disease, the Sulai pain that is inside my body. Uṟu-sūlai, that pain. Tavirttarulai. Tavir is to remove. Tavir is also means to avoid, but here it means to remove. Arulai is, Arul is to show grace, and I think I may have mentioned it. Shiva, the Lord's actions, anything that the Lord does, the word Arul will be added to that verb. எழுந்தருளுதல் means he appeared. Kodutharulinar means he gave. Sendrarulinar means he went. So the Arul is the verb that is added to any verb describing Shiva's action or Lord's action. So Tavirttarulai means please get rid of this for me. So Uḍal-ulluru-sūlai Tavirttarulai. O Shiva, please get rid of this terrible pain inside my body. Alandhen aṟiyēn. Aṟiyēn is your devotee I. Nan means I generally, but aṟiyēn is a form of saying that I am your servant. I am your devotee. I your devotee. Aṟiyēn. Alandhen. Alandhen means I am suffering a lot. Alathal is to suffer. Alandhen is I am suffering a lot. Alandhen aṟiyēn. Oh Swami, your servant I am suffering a lot. Adhigai kedila vīraṭṭānathurai ammane. This you have seen in all the songs, the phrase comes. We have to, in English, we have to read it in the reverse. O Lord, ammane is O Lord, urai is dwelling, vīraṭṭānath is in Veerattanam, Kedilam is on the banks of Kedilam river, Adhigai is in the town of Adhigai. So, Adhigai kedila vīraṭṭānathurai ammane means, O Lord, dwelling in the Veerattanam temple, in Adhigai on the banks of Kedilam river. So, he is describing the temple, addressing the Lord and praying, Uḍal-ulluru-sūlai Tavirttarulai. Please get rid of this terrible stomach pain I have. So, this song is describing the importance of worshipping the Lord with all the three modes, right? Mano, Vak, Kayam, with the mind, with the speech and with the body, and praying for relief. So, Chakravarti, you can read the whole verse again.
Yes, sure. Salam, pūvoḍu, dūbam, maṟandu aṟiyēn, tamiḻōḍu isai, pāḍal, maṟandu aṟiyēn, nalam, தீங்குலம், உன்னை மறந்து அறியேன், உன் நாமம் என் நாவில் மறந்து அறியேன், உழந்தார் தலை பலிகொண்டு உளில்வாய், உடல் உṟு-sūlai தவிர்த்து உருளாய், அலந்தேன்
அருளாய்
தவிர்த்து அருளாய், அலந்தேன் அடியேன் அதிக் கெடில வீரட்டானத்து உரை அம்மானே.
Good. So, any questions on this song or any comments?
I think it's really good.
Good. So, now we go to the next song. Asmarama, you can read with me.
Okay.
உயர்ந்தேன்
உயர்ந்தேன்
மனை வாழ்க்கையும்
மனை வாழ்க்கையும்
ஒன்பொருளும்
பொருளும்
ஒருவர்
ஒருவர்
தலைகாவல்
தலைக்காவல்
இலாமையினால்
இளமையினால்
வயந்தே
வயந்தே
உமக்கு ஆட்செய்து
உமக்கு அச்செய்து
வாழல் உற்றால்
வாழால் உற்றால்
வலிக்கின்றது சூலை
வலிக்கின்றது சொல்லை
தவிர்த்து அருளீர்
தவிர்த்து அருளீர்
பயந்தே
பயந்தே
என் வயிற்றின்
என் வயிற்றின்
அகம்படியே
அகம்படியே
பறித்து புரட்டி
பறித்து புரட்டி
அறுத்து ஈர்த்திட
அறுத்து இருத்திட
நான் அயர்ந்தேன்
நான் அயர்ந்தேன்
அடியேன்
அடியேன்
அதிகை கெடில
அடிகே கெடில
வீரட்டானத்து உரை
விரட்டானத்து ஊரை
அம்மானே.
அம்மானே.
Good. So in the seventh song, again, as you have seen, in this padigam, every song is, praying for relief from the ūڵai, ill disease that he has got. And often he will describe how he is suffering, what kind of a terrible pain it is causing. He will describe graphically the pain he is experiencing. And then, of course, he will always say, how he is worshipping him or what, Sometimes he will say how he has been always worshipping him. Sometimes he will think about his recent past. Right? If he thinks about his previous births, like when he was a sage doing tapas, he will say, I am always worshipping you. But when he thinks of this birth and thinks of the immediate past, what he was doing last year, what he was doing 10 years ago, what he was doing 3 months ago, then he will say, I did stupid things. So depending on what he is thinking of when he is singing a particular song. So sometimes the words are not easy to interpret. Okay, this song and the next song has 1 or 2 words which are difficult to interpret and which can lead to different interpretations by the scholars. So he says, "Uyarndhen manai vaalkayum onporulum." Vaalkai is life. Manai vaalkai, manai is family or house. So manai vaalkai means life of a householder or a family life. Porul is wealth, materials, right? Material wealth. One porul is, good wealth. So he is saying, "Uyarndhen manai vaalkayum one porulum." So uyarndhen has again the multiple meanings. One meaning is, I excelled. Uyaradal is to rise or to do well. But uyaradal also has a meaning called to leave, to separate. Something is there, right? So when they interpret, they try to look at the different meanings and try to say which one fits best. And different scholars interpret things differently. So uyarndhen manai vaalkayum onporulum oruvar thalai kaaval ilamayinal. Oruvar is a person, one. Thalai kaaval is protection or master, right? One who protects. Thalai kaaval is chief. Ilamayinal is because there was none. So what he is saying is, "Uyarndhen manai vaalkayum onporulum oruvar thalai kaaval ilamayinal." Because there was no one to control me, I went about the life the way I wanted. And I was getting involved in the samsara sagaram. Like manai vaalkai and one porul is the household life and all the things that go with household life. So I was deeply involved with all of them because there was no one to guide me on how to lead a proper life. Right? Household life is not bad, but there are guidance, right? How one should lead a life, right? When you are a householder, you have to do certain things, you should not do certain things. Like that, there are guidance. But I disregarded all that. Okay? That is one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is that he became a Jain monk. and he lived a life of a Jain monk for 30-40 years instead of leading a proper household life. So uṟayirandhen, if the interpreter is he left, right? Uṟayirthel is to excel or to leave. Then you can interpret this as, because there was no one to guide me, or because I didn't take guidance from anybody, I left the proper life of a householder and became a Jain monk. You can interpret it that way too. That is another way of looking at it. But regardless of that, because of my incorrect behavior, or because of my disregard of your worship, I got this uṟu-sūlai disease now. But now I have become your devotee. Right? The first line says, I did not do something. The second line says, now I am your devotee. Vayande umakku aatcheidu vaadalutral. Okay? Umakku is to you. Aatcheidal is to do service. All is slave or a servant. Aatcheidal is to do service, to be a servant. Vaadalutral. Vaadalutral means I have started living like this. I am living like a deep devotee. Right? Umakku aatcheidu vaadalutral. Vayathal is to be willing. Okay, to like or to be willing. So with love, I am doing your service. Right? Vayande umakku aatcheidu vaadalutral. Now, I am willingly, with deep love, doing your service, and I am a ardent devotee now. Vaadalutral means, even though I am like, all is like a if, even if. Right? Even if I am your devotee now, but I am still suffering from the uṟu-sūlai pain. Valikendrathu uṟu-sūlai. Valikkirathu means to be very, very painful. Right? If you hit some, you are walking and your foot hits a rock or a wall or something, then you feel hurt. So, valikkirathu means I am hurting a lot. It's paining me a lot. It's very painful for me. Valikkirathu uṟu-sūlai. The uṟu-sūlai pain is causing me great hurt. Tavirthu arulir. Please get rid of that. Arulai, in the previous one we saw that arulai. Here we see that arulir. The difference is arulai is singular, arulir is plural. So, in the Indian languages, the Lord can be addressed in singular or can be addressed in plural. Both are accepted. So, in Indian languages, you has singular you and there is a plural you because of respect. And arulai means you don't remove it. Tavirthu arulai means you don't remove it in singular, arulai. Tavirthu arulir means you don't remove it where you is in plural. Respectful, the respectful form. So, O Lord, you are not getting rid of this uṟu-sūlai pain. What is it doing? That uṟu-sūlai, the third line is describing how that uṟu-sūlai pain is hurting him. Payande en vayitrin agambadiye paritu puratti aruthu ஈர்த்திட நான் அயர்ந்தேன். Okay, நான் அயர்ந்தேன் means I am very, very weak. Ayardal is to become tired, to become weak, to be weary, right? So when you are having this terrible pain for several days or several weeks at a time now, you are not able to eat, your body is weak, you can't stand, you cannot sit, you cannot walk, that kind of, you are totally weakened. So ayardal is to be weakened. And he is saying, he is describing the whole description. Payande, payathal depending on the, there is a Sanskrit word bhayam. From bhayam we get bhayatal, which means to be afraid. But that is not the context. There is a Tamil, this is from the payan. Payatal is to come into force, to appear or to have. So payande means because it is inside, it has appeared inside my stomach. Payande in vayitrin agambadiye. It appeared inside my stomach. In vayitrin agambadiye. Vayru is stomach. Agambadiye means inside the stomach. So this pain has come inside my stomach. It has appeared in my stomach. And then what is it doing? Parithu, puratti, aruthu, irthida. All these four verbs, parittal, purattuthal, arutthal, irthal. These are four verbs. Is stringing them together, describing what that pain is doing to him. Parittal is to pluck. Like if you were to pluck a hair from your head or from your arm or wherever, right? Then you know how painful it is. Plucking. That's parittal is to pluck. It is that kind of a pain. Parithu. Purattuthal. Purattuthal is to, you get, it's all upside down. It's all jumbled up, purattuthal. So it's all, they are all moving about. They are all creating all kinds of chaos. Puratti. Arutthal is to cut. You know how painful it is when something is cut, right? When you are cutting vegetables and you get you get a small nick in your finger, then you know how painful it is. So this cutting is as if it is cutting his intestines, cutting his stomach. That kind of aruthu. Irthida. Irthal is to pull, to peel off. When something is there and you peel off, as if then how painful it will be. Like sometimes it happens, right? When the skin gets cut and then you peel the skin, and then it's very, very painful when you peel it. Like that, the uṟu-sūlai disease is tying his stomach in knots. It's as if his stomach is being cut and pulled apart. That kind of a pain he is feeling. So, parithu, puratti, aruthu, irthida, all that is what is the uṟu-sūlai disease is doing to him. Naan ayarndhen. I have become weakened. Okay? Aṟiyēn. I am your servant. Aḍhigai Veerattanam ammane. O Shiva dwelling in Veerattanam temple in Thiruvadhigai town on the banks of Kadilam river. O Shiva, please get rid of this uṟu-sūlai disease. I am not able to bear it anymore. Please, I am your servant. That is the gist of 7th song. That's one of them. I can read the whole verse again.
Okay. உயர்ந்தேன் மனை வழக்கையும் ஓன் பொருளும் ஒருவர் தலை காவல் இளமையினால் வயந்தே உமக்கு அற்றது வாழல் புற்றால் வலிக்கின்றது சூலை தவிர்த்து அருளீர் பயந்தே என் வயற்றின் அகம்படியே பறித்து புரட்டி அறுத்து இத்திட நான் அயர்ந்தேன் அடியேன் அடிகை கெடல விரட்டானத்து ஊரை அம்மானே.
Good. So what I propose is that we stop here for today and then we can continue remaining songs in the next session. So if you have any questions or comments on the 7th song or the 6th song, we can discuss now.
No.
Okay. If not, we'll stop here. Tiruchitrambalam.